I meant what I said a few minutes ago. I felt the king in Parliament.
Yes.
It is our system. It is absolutely unique. You couldn't design it. No. It sort of evolved over a period of time. And the point about a constitutional monarch is that they are politically neutral, and the Queen played that game beautifully. But all through history, there have been those that don't like this system. And perhaps the truth is, republicanism, UK republicanism, has actually been smaller in our lifetimes than very often it was in times gone by.
Absolutely. The last time it was big was in Queen Victoria's reign, around about mid-19th century, when she went into this retirement because of Prince Albert's death, and people got fed up with it, and there were Republican clubs all over the country. But of course, that went again when she came out of retirement, and there were the Jubilees. The thing is, Nigel, and I've written quite a lot about this, with republicanism, it is in some ways an honourable creed. I mean, it doesn't mean people aren't patriotic if they're Republican.
Peter, that's interesting. I'm going to stop you for a moment there. So Tony Benn once ticked me off. We were doing a panel somewhere, and Tony Benn ticked me off. He said to me, just because I'm a Republican doesn't mean I'm not a patriot. I flew a Spitfire, you know. I thought, right, OK, I stand corrected on this. So, yes, I completely understand that it can be a perfectly reasonable, honourable, and in its own way patriotic position. What I'm talking about is the new hard left.
Oh, right, yes.
Which is, frankly, Marxism, which wants to bring the whole country down.
Well, they want to bring the whole country down. I mean, mixing 2 points up in a way here, because the fact is, you were mentioning earlier there in your introduction, Nigel, about how wonderful it was to see the King in Parliament and to see all these ceremonies. These are coming new to probably most of the population. It hasn't happened for 70 years. I can't think of a better way of strengthening our culture. Like you, I don't want to be political, but let's face it, over the past, 5 years, our history and our great achievements, they have all been pretty much under attack.
Under constant attack.
Constant attack. And so suddenly we're seeing them in their full glory. I have found it in some ways the most moving part of it. When it comes to Republicans, a lot of it is, as you say, the hard left, who want to basically destroy pretty much everything. It's not just the monarchy. I think that they have miscalculated in some ways, because the sort of Republicans who are very active now, they saw as their big trump card, their big argument was Prince Charles, and that he was going to be terrible, and they would never, ever attack the Queen. There was never any mileage in that.
No.
But they were sort of biding their time. What's happened is that Charles seems to have seamlessly gone into this position so far. And more importantly, there is an enormous apparent public respect for the way he's doing it. So they've miscalculated on that front. And I think that the monarchy is coming out of this stronger. The only thing I hope doesn't happen is that I hope that all these reports that we hear about Charles wanting to make it slim down, a smaller monarchy along the Scandinavian lines.
But isn't it pretty small already?
Well, it is in terms of numbers. Look, do you remember, we're roughly the same age, when we were growing up, there was the Duke of this, the Duke of that, there was the extended family. Now it is actually a relatively small amount. But when you talk about a smaller monarchy, it really sort of, I see it as meaning cutting down on the pomp, cutting down on the ceremony, cutting down on all of those things. That would be a huge mistake, I think, because one of the reasons there has been this amazing reaction to the Queen's death and to Charles' succession is because of a big monarchy. It is
perhaps he'll get that message then.
I would hope so, because I think it would be just at the very time when we are in an entirely new era, we're in an entirely new political era, and more importantly, so many things are under attack. We need actually continuity.